Hey, everyone. This is the Let's Get Loud podcast, and it is not J and A, it is J and AK. Although so
DNA
J and A,
works
it could
too.
be, yeah. Do people just call you Andre? So would that work?
No, always
No,
Alex doing.
Andre
Yeah,
good. Okay.
yeah.
AC and J. Listen, I am just really taking advantage of the fact that some people are on vacation, and I really wanted to interview them and get you inspired. I know that people love to hear inspirational stories, and so here's another one. I've
Yes,
been
I'm so
staying.
excited. So excited because I love hearing the podcast before with like invitees on them. So I'm really excited to be here.
We've had that comment before. It's not always easy. Like, people need to understand that people work while we work at the same time, and having interviews at 8 p.m. Like, we have other types of meetings, like I have other types of engagements
Right.
after the kids are in bed. So it's just like not an easy thing to accomplish. But then I was like, just like hit me yesterday. I'm like, man, these people are on vacation right now. Like, I could definitely do some interviews. So thank you so much for saying yes and to being a part of our podcast today.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Okay, so Andree Klaude. I think that the people that are listening really relate to. We want to hear about Andree Klaude before your weight loss, because
Right.
I think that if people want to relate to where you were, your journey, and then where you're now, they can see themselves more accomplishing their way, of course, but they can see themselves accomplishing their vision, because you have accomplished. You had a vision, and now we're here, and that's inspiring to others, because sometimes it really feels like a mountain. So bring
Right.
us back to
Yes.
Andree Klaude and tell
Where I
us
was
everything that you want to tell
before.
us.
Yes, and what was going on in my mind, all that. So, I've always been a very big kid. I mean, I was 4, I think, and I was much bigger. Like, I see pictures, and you can see the difference between like the little skinny girls and then me, who was definitely much bigger than the other ones. And I mean, but I had a lot of friends. I was easygoing and still am. That person hasn't changed. And in high school, I remember, I mean, I was obviously bigger. Like, I remember going shopping for back to school clothes with my mom, or even like winter coats. Oh my God, those winter coats were hard to find. So anyways, I lost a bit of weight with, I think it was Weight Watchers, but I don't know if I was officially in Weight Watchers or if it was like my mom and my aunt was a leader. So I can't remember if I was actually like,
Okay, you like
I
froze
lost
for a little
maybe
bit.
50
I feel
pounds.
so connected to your story.
Yeah.
I'm like,
But
are we the same age? Are you 86?
yes, I was born in
Okay, I
86.
feel
Yeah,
like
my
we're
birthday's
literally
coming
the
up
same
though.
person.
Yeah, yep. So exactly. So in grade 12, I think I lost like maybe 50 pounds because I remember at prom, like I found a dress a little bit more easy and things like that. And then I went to Europe for a whole year after high school before going to university. So I traveled there and obviously gained a bit of weight. I say obviously because I mean, you taste the world too. You don't just travel.
Yes.
And then university, I went into my bachelor degree and I gained the pounds again. So I think I was like 250 by then. So I was like 240 maybe in high school and then 250 by the end of my bachelor. And then I did my master's and we actually in counseling and we had a project and it was like the big end of the
End of the
year
year.
project. And they said that we had to find something that would stop us from counseling other people. And for me, it was still my weight because I had so much noise about all the things, but it was all related, I found, to my weight. And I thought, not that like physically my weight would stop me from counseling people, but it was going on in my mind exactly inside. So then I joined Weight Watchers, that I remember.
Okay.
And I was going to the university gym every morning with my friends, and we went to like Zumba every day. I mean, when you're in university, you have a bit more time,
Yes.
more flexibility. And I lost, I think 100 pounds then with,
For real.
yes.
Okay. Wow.
So I was like 150 by that time when I ended my studies, gained probably like 30 back, like in the next like 10 years. I don't even
Okay.
know.
Okay.
So I was still like maintaining a good 70 pounds loss, which
Yeah.
was really good. And
Oh,
then
I
I
have
got
a question. I have a
yes,
question. Are you counting your points?
at that time, I don't know if it was points that I was still, yes, I still had the little book.
Like, did
I
you
remember even,
count points for 10 years?
I think I did. I mean, it was more loosey goosey,
I
maintaining. I was looking like, oh, I wonder how many points this is. And then I would
Okay,
look
you
and be
were
like, oh,
creating
but
awareness. You were
yes.
creating
And I would
awareness.
be like, oh yeah, but I probably already had this many points. I was still with the old program, like everything had points. I was
Right.
still following that one, but
Yeah.
not really. But yeah, I was creating awareness, I guess. And then I got pregnant, yeah, with the twins. I think I gained maybe like 80 pounds, but the day I gave birth, I lost 40. So I was
Right.
still a little bit thinner than what I was like in university.
Yeah.
But then when they were one, I was like, okay, time for me. I've given the world beautiful boys. I'm not sleeping, but I can at least do this for myself. So that I could be more present, because I knew it was taking all my energy to take care of these boys. So I was like, it's just gonna get even more crazier when they start walking and stuff. So I joined Your Way Weight Loss
What year was this?
like 6 years ago. So 6 years ago.
Okay, well, your boys, so Jen, you
Yeah,
said,
so okay, there were one. So yeah, so 5 years ago. There's six
okay,
now. That's
okay,
easy.
all right, okay.
And I think it's because maybe of Madeleine. She was on
Yeah.
Your Way Weight Loss. And I think or she was, yeah, following you guys. So I saw her and her success. So I thought, oh, I'm gonna jump in this. I didn't really creep, I don't think. I don't know if there was much creeping back then. I think it was
There was
just like
definitely less creeping than right now.
because you couldn't see really anything. So I just joined, and this morning I was 141. If people want to know my weight, so I'm back almost like even less than what I was like when I lost 100 pounds. And I've been maintaining, I think, for three years now in a range of, yeah.
Okay, so bring us a little bit of your experience at the beginning. So you joined, you didn't creep. What were you expecting?
Well, I talked to Madeleine, I think. I'm trying to, I have such a bad, well, I was always also sleep deprived with twins at home. So like and I was working because I only took 9 months. My husband did the last 3 months of the maternity leave. So I was also working and
Working?
very tired. So I'm trying to think. I think I talked to her a bit, and I knew there wasn't like a program. And I feel like with my Weight Watchers like going so long, I wasn't on a program, but always very aware of what I
Yeah,
was
no,
doing.
you clearly had created some sort of
Right.
like routine way to be,
Exactly. But I
with
think
that. Yeah.
when I got there, the things that for me at first, it was like as if all my diet trauma was like presented to me. Like you guys were saying, like, oh, there's no like, don't eat after 8. Don't, no. I was like, oh shit, like I totally do that. And I was like, oh God, I am one who does that. I didn't even realize. And like, can't have ice cream. Ice cream's bad. Like I thought these things without note. I thought, oh, I got this. It's easy. So I think that was like the biggest shift at first. Like seeing all my trauma like on a silver platter and like, no, you have these. You believe all of these. You can't have bananas and fruits because you weren't gonna waste your points on fruits.
Oh, I love this. I saw all my trauma on a silver platter.
Yeah, it was really what it was. And I was a counselor, and I didn't even know I had all this trauma.
Oh my God. Do you know that every single human has the diet culture trauma, even if they have not even been on a diet program? It's just our culture as a whole has a set of beliefs because of diet culture, because it was so ingrained in our culture.
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, I'm from a family of 4 girls and plus my mom, so 5. And then there's my dad who weighs 130 pounds when he's wet.
Yeah.
All his whole life. He buys his jeans in bulk, never changes. And he also says things that are diety, even though he's like 0. Like he gains 5 pounds every summer because he drinks more beer.
Yeah.
And then loses it during like the winter.
Yeah.
But like, but he says things like, oh, I don't know, it's after 8. Don't know if I can have my chips. I'm like,
I know. And that's why people are like, it's not like I'm gonna join your weight loss or I don't need your weight loss. I'm like, girl, everyone needs your weight loss. Like you don't even know the shit that you know. Like you don't even know. So I love that you brought that up.
Yes, 100%. But yeah, so I think that was like the biggest shift at first when I joined. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna work on these things.
Yeah.
Like I can have ice cream.
Yeah.
Or I can eat after 8 if I'm hungry. Or wait, I don't have to eat breakfast right when I get up. if I'm not. So it was like these things that I changed at first when joining. And yeah.
I want to talk about you having 1-year-old twins. You're not sleeping. Okay, so like what makes you different? Like how many, how many people are like, not the right time?
I
Like,
don't have time.
so yeah, I don't have time, or it's just not the right
Not
time.
the right
I'm a
time,
fucking
yeah.
mess. What perception did you, why was your perception different? Like what's up with that? That's amazing. Like,
I mean, I feel like it might have been one thing that I could have control over. In a time where I didn't have a lot of control, right? So I'm thinking maybe it's that, or that I just decided that was
were
it.
I feel like maybe a part of it was that you had lived in a more comfortable body for years and you were
Right,
like,
could be that.
I deserve that. That makes me feel better. I said yesterday in one of my stories, like I had never just settled for living in a bigger body. It just like never felt,
Right.
it always felt shitty. Like it
Yeah.
just, it doesn't feel like me. I'm like,
Right. And I had
never
met like
got
my
comfortable.
husband in a smaller body and he does not care. Like,
No, they
it's him.
don't
He does
care.
not, they
FYI,
don't
your
care.
husband does
But
not
I
care
mean,
at all.
it for me, I was like, but like, I want to be back to the happy and being the person who wanted to go hike and all these things, like not just the physical aspect, like the things that I could do.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I wasn't, and just like, you guys talk about it, like going to places without thinking what you're going to wear and all these things. I wanted to get back there because I knew, you're right, what it felt like.
Yeah. And I think that, and it's okay to say that. It's not about like, I was happier when I was thinner. No, I was happier when I could like be myself. Like sometimes
Yes.
I'm like, I can just be more myself. I feel more connected to my inner self. This is the better version of myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I relate to that as well.
Sure.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your journey with your weight loss. So 5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going on 6.
That's like crazy. Christina, we also I also interviewed Christine and she has been a member for 6 years as well. And we were just talking about, she's like right now I'm using the tool 20 and 20, like the tools, there's always tools for whatever, where you are, because that's why members stay, you guys, for 5, 6, 10 years, because it's not this one thing. Weight loss and managing your weight doesn't have one look, and it doesn't, you're not entitled to it just because you got to it.
No. And people will ask me like, you're still on it, or like my husband even like, you're still, so go. And he's like, you've lost the weight. I'm like, yes, but first of all, I want to keep this weight.
I want to keep this weight. Yes.
It's always a work in progress. And also like, I learned so much about other things. Like in my intentions, I often put like fold laundry, nothing to do with weight loss, but it helps me, prioritize things that are important to me and that will make me successful in my whole life. So it's not just about weight loss.
I mean, do you know how many people tell me that? Like I actually saw someone at Sobeys yesterday and she's like, oh my God, you know how many people, she's been a member forever. And she's like, so many people are like, you still there? Yeah, you're still doing that. And I love the whole conversation of managing your weight. And it is like, that is documented and experimented, you guys, that if you want to manage your weight, you have to stay connected. Like people that manage their weight have an environment that provides the tools necessary to manage their weight. Imagine that.
Yeah, other way around is true too. If, for anything, and if you want to start reading a book and you join a reading club, there's much more, you're going to have much more success.
Yeah.
Because you're accountable.
And I think that it's like, I'm just, first of all, I think if people, and if you're listening to this, you're like, oh my God, this is me as well. Like maybe you've been a member forever and you're like, people will say that to you. It's like, I just like, first of all, I love what I'm learning. I keep learning about myself. And there's always a better version of your better self. Like you get there and then it's like, there's always a better, like, and
then you guys come up with something else and it's like,
you're like, I could try that, like, and I think that that's why the program keeps evolving, is because I keep evolving as the program evolves, because I'm like, the program is awesome. It was awesome in 2012, but it's awesome now. You know what I mean?
Right.
People were losing weight loss in 2012, but it's just not right now. It's like, wow, it provides so much depth,
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah.
You have such and the reason why you're here, and same with Christine and Cindy that I chose to interview, it's just the type of student. I would say, like, we are coaches, we show up, we teach, and you guys are here to learn, grow, evolve, and kind of create your own way. This is what it is. And what you all have in common is not what you're eating. It's not your weight loss. Like, it's not your physical transformation. Really, what you all have in common is you were amazing students. Like, you guys listen, you press play. I see you like Andree Klaude is listening, or is,
Right.
is watching. And in my mind, I'm like, look at her watching, when I know you've been a member forever, you have lost your weight. I know that you are, if weight loss was the goal, you'd be out. If weight loss was the only thing that you wanted out of like your vision of life, you would have been gone by now, but you would have probably
joined. That's definitely what it was, because I had no clue like what more it could be. But yeah, it was definitely just weight loss. But then you see, once you're inside of it, how much it can bring to your entire life. I mean, the entire thing. And you guys are so open, and you talk about your relationship with Jeff, or and we can all relate to all these things too, because we're all living a life, and having kids. And anyways, everybody can relate to something for sure in the group, and wherever you are in your journey.
Yes. And I think that's what makes it special and different. What would you say is the one part that you're like, this is, because I know that your weight loss is different. We keep saying that, you probably say that to your friends, but it's different. And then they're just like, doo-doo-doo, like, you know what I mean? But for those listening, if they're into this podcast, this certain length, they've listened so far, they'll listen to what you have to say. Since you have done other programs and you've lost weight before, and regained, and you have like, this is a long journey for you. What would you say about the Andree Klaude right now that has lost the weight? That's the physical transformation, but like, what other things that was different that was provided or is because of your weight loss? So you're like, I am the person I am today, not what I weigh, but not what I look like, but this part of my life. And that's what's different,
Oh, it's definitely, it's definitely the mindset switch. Like, everything we work on in our head that you guys work on. I don't know if it's you, it's us, I guess, listening and changing our mindset. But like, there's so much more positive self-talk, even when I was bigger, like when I started, but I was already working on that. And that helps makes better choices. And then once again, I'm going to talk about the diet trauma again, like changing that. So it's all mindset switch. Seeing that, you guys always say there's 24 hours in a day, same 24 hours for everyone, but it's how you're going to use them. I took that and ran with that for everything in my life. There's always times, there's always a way, organize it. So, I could go on and on. There's so much that I took from this program. But I think it's all in the mindset, switch that happened. And it wasn't a switch. It took time.
Yes. That mindset.
All that mindset work, I guess.
Yes. And like, do you agree, that, so I feel like one of the main reasons why your weight loss is different is because the focus is not to go and make you thinner. We're not giving you advice on let's just create a calorie deficit. Like, let's be thinner. It's that we're giving you so much to unlearn and learn so that you can go, and weight loss can be a byproduct of the work you're doing here.
That's right.
Say like, oh, I have 24 hours in a day, or shit, I didn't know that I could eat after 8 p.m. That knowledge and that self-awareness and that like unlearning, learning, mindset shift, then it's like you behave in a way that promotes weight loss, that attracts. It actually attracts weight loss. Like, so you just show up and you're like, with my new knowledge and my new things that I now know and believe, and it attracts weight loss. It's kind of amazing.
Yes. And because you don't have to be perfect, it's so much weight off your shoulder. It can be a 10-minute walk, as you guys, and like, oh, I do just 10 minutes.
Yeah.
How is that possible? Right. Yeah. So all that shift and that compared to like all the other diets that we've been through or we've heard about, where you have to be perfect and it's for a set of time. Also, the fact that there's no
Did you have that? Did you have a timeline? When you joined, what was your approach there?
No, because there was nothing coming up. I was just surviving. Like, I wasn't going anywhere.
It's so interesting to me. That's very common between a lot of our members that are like extra successful. I would call you extra successful. Here's why. And it has nothing to do with physical transformation, but that definitely adds on to the extra. But for me, it's you have you've been able to create weight loss for yourself, because I know that's what people want when they join. So you've been able to have that physical transformation. But for me, the extra transformation or the extra success is really that not only did like, you learned a lot and you feel like, oh yeah, I'm clearer. I really feel like not only are you like at a really better version, you keep thriving for better, which means you've even developed a skill of wanting better, of thriving in life. Does that make sense?
100%. Yes. Because there's no more weight loss. Like,
yeah, no, exactly.
I don't thrive to lose more. Like,
no,
I'm
exactly.
good where I am. I'm living my best life. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not important for me. So, but yet I'm still here. And it's not just for the weight loss, obviously. Because now I know what to do. I feel like, and I could be accountable. I'm sure I could find somebody to be accountable to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's really, there's definitely more work, and anything is possible. I feel like, and I take into content and I use it as I need. I might not need it for like not snacking in the evening. Maybe that's not for me, but I take it for something else.
Yeah.
Even if you're talking about snacking in the evening, right? There's something that I can grab on.
1,000,000%. And
use
the coaching piece is you're being like, I have a coach, I have a business coach. I could coach someone else in business that has a smaller business than me, so it's like, we all have our different things. And I think that because I am in this part of my life where I'm a little ahead of whatever, I can keep coaching. Like there's always it always evolves, and you're not just being coached on how to lose weight at your weight loss. You're literally it's the depth in the reflection and in the vision of where you're going.
And that's why we can't really explain. Like when people ask you why you're there, it's like, how much time do you have?
Would you like for me to send you
so much things I can say.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that. I mean, I see you, and that's why. So the depthness and the extra success, I'm like, this girl has lost the weight. She does not, it's that part. It's not thinking that you're done. Like you don't think like you're not, and I'm not talking weight loss. No. This part of me is not, I'm not done. I love this part of me. Look at this beautiful journey. It wasn't like, is this over?
No, not at all.
And we talked about that, me and Christine, how much of a beautiful journey weight loss can be, if it's done authentically, where the journey is not even weight loss, it's friggin' personal development.
Yeah, as you said, it's just a byproduct.
Yeah.
If it's seen in that way, and it's really hard because our whole life has been geared.
What do you think we got to do to like help the humans? Oh my God, a lot to unlearn. I wrote unlearn. You had a lot of things to unlearn.
I did, yeah.
Christine, for her, she was like, I'm just doing a bunch of fat diets, and all of a sudden I arrive here and I'm like, what? I don't.
She thought it was a fat diet, right? Because we talk a lot together.
Yeah. She told me that. She said that you guys like talk almost every day, which made me really happy. I think that it's so good to find other people that are at the same stage as you while you're being coached by someone that's a little ahead. I have groups where we're all kind of at the same part as entrepreneurs. Like we're all kind of we're all like at the same place, but we're all being coached by someone that is, so we talk about how we're going to implement the things that were said. And I think it's just having that access to that. Cindy was talking about, she's like, Oprah has a coach. Sidney Crosby has a coach. Celine Dion has a coach. Like, guys, like there's people that can help these amazing things. That's how incredible things are, like people that have beyond success, not what the common person accomplishes, has a coach, like has someone helping them. That's what it is.
Because we're just humans, so everybody needs help.
I think that you should answer to your friends, I just want to accomplish greatness. That's why I'm still there.
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Yep. They just, I'm managing my weight, but I'm just like, really, I want to accomplish greatness, and I really see it there. That's it.
Yes, and I'm working on my vision there for the next the homework you gave us. I love that.
Yes. Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
vision is going to be a big part of what's coming up because it really spoke to me. And again, see, I got coached that way and I'm like, man, that can definitely. And then I realized I have a vision of myself, but I never coach you guys how to like create that and how it can be so powerful.
Right.
So, especially when it comes like I have a vision of Jose teaching spin at 75 and she gets up and she goes for a walk and she looks like this and she feels like this. Does that make sense? But then I have
Yes.
to behave in that way today. Like I can't be
At
like,
30,
when
yeah,
I'm
as you said, at
retired.
37. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If I want to spin when I'm 75, I have to spin when I'm 37. I have to like at least
Right.
go to one class. I have to start
Mhm.
that process, So
Yes, my mom is like super active and she's 73 now and she
oh
still bikes
God,
every day. She walks every day. She goes to the gym every day. And during the winter, she skates, she downhill skis. Like she can do anything
I want
with the
all of
kids.
that.
Yes. So, but she did it when I was one,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
when she was 35. So yeah,
Yeah. No,
you have to start young.
yeah, no, and I think if we think of like what inspires us and the vision of ourselves, it's not how we look when we're 85.
Oh, no, no.
It's what we're doing,
We're all going to be
how we're
saggy.
living. You know what I mean? It's saggy.
C'est saggy pour tout le monde.
And I said this at one of my one live one time. I was looking at the crowd in my class, and like the one person I'm inspired by is Uget, who's 76 in my class. Like there's this, there's girls that look so good, and I could be inspired to like whatever. It has nothing to do with look. I'm looking at the room. Who am I inspired by, and how they're living their life? I don't know how these people live their lives and how happy they are. All I see though is Uget, who's super active at 76. That is my inspiration. Like that's
Right.
who I want to
That's
be.
what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're not all like, oh, Uget has the shape of a, like
No,
Lola, you know what I
it's
mean?
not
Like,
about that at 76.
not about that at all.
It's about getting up, being able to get up from your bed in the morning and then doing the
Yes, and
things you love.
yes. I got up this morning and I have the energy and health to do what I want. Fuck,
That's right.
it doesn't get better though.
No.
Okay, so before we go, do you have like a tip or two, whatever, anything to say to anyone that's listening that's not a member, is creeping, is listening, and is inspired by your story?
Man, obviously, like stop creeping. Oh my goodness.
You're
Just
wasting your
do it.
time.
You're wasting your time. And time is so valuable, as we said throughout this podcast. You only have 24 hours, but like use them.
Yeah.
So just join, because like no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to press join. So stop creeping, go. That's definitely one tip.
Join.
And do it for yourself, because you have no idea where this can bring you, because it's not, as I said, just weight loss. It can absolutely it can change your life if you want it to be, to change, obviously, because I'm working on things that I never thought I would be working on with your weight loss.
Yeah.
So yeah, just go on the website, click join.
Just send me a DM.
Just send me. You can even reach out to me.
Yes. Reach out to Andree Klaude. Say like, oh, that was so inspiring. Andree Klaude can help you get set up.
100% I'll do that for you.
Listen, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for your time. And I think that if you inspire anything, and even Christine, it was the same story, just young kids at home, tired, but like knowing that this is not their best and like whatever, there's no right time. That's also such a mindset blocker, like thinking there's a right time. I'm sorry, the right time is the time that you decide that this is it.
Yes.
Really, that's the right time. One girl was like, I should wait till Monday.
Easier too. There's no better time, because it gets easier once you're in it. And you're living it, it gets better, right? So why not just start getting better now instead of waiting like after Christmas? I don't get it.
I know you don't get it because like you've had that mindset shift.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like obviously I don't get it. And I'm like, don't get frustrated. The person said it's not the right time. And you're like, like, what? But like, I'm like, be respectful. I understand where they are in mindset, but like, I'm like, oh, that belief is holding you back. That is, and so imagine like, if you start today, that's 4 months more that you can live in this life longer.
Right.
The sooner you start, the more life you will live knowing this stuff, living this life.
Oh my God, yes. I'm so happy I started 5 years ago.
Yes. Yeah. Imagine how we're going to rock our 40s, Barret.
So much fun coming our way.
Okay, everyone. Okay.
Thank you so much for having us. This is another thing. I feel like it's so nice. Sorry, I know we don't have a lot of time, but I love that you take the time to like see us. It means a lot.
Yes.
You know, I know you guys see us, and I don't think Weight Watchers saw me lose 100 pounds, right?
No.
I did not talk to the CEO of Weight Watchers once.
No, I
Or-
mean, our missions are different. Our missions
Right?
are different. I mean,
I
my
know.
mission is to literally change women's life.
Mhm.
Weight Watchers' mission is to like try to get as many people as they can to make as
As
much
many
money as they
dollars in their
can.
account.
And it's just like like, can I get you to lose weight? Basically, hopefully you'll be happy and you'll forget that you have a subscription with us.
Right.
But honestly, you know my passion. You
Yes.
know
But it
this is
means
my
a lot that you
mission.
see us.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kim.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you
well,
for having me.
you're so welcome. Thank you for being here. Don't go away after because I want to take a picture. But we really appreciate you being open, sharing your story, telling us more about you. Other than that, keep going because I mean, my coach says this, like sometimes I'm like sharing a win. I'm like, oh my God, this was such a win. Like I just, I feel really good. And he's like, it's just the beginning. Just the beginning, he keeps saying. And I'm
That's
like,
right.
that feels good to me. When he says this is just the beginning, I see what he means, And honestly, this is just the beginning. Like for
Yep.
all of us at Your Weight Loss, like you account like the 31 days of non-negotiables, people are like, oh my God, I like am showing up and like whatever, like people that aren't members. And I'm like, this
Right.
is just the beginning. Like imagine if you were a client and you were getting coached every day. Like
Right.
they're like that coaching session you did that one time. Like, oh my God, I'm like, I do that every day. Like that could be you, staying connected and having that approach and that progress every day, It could just be the
100%.
beginning. All right, everyone. Okay. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for listening.
Thank you.
See
Bye,
you soon.
everyone.